going to learn that I in the middle syllable says I, such as hospital. Now notice that that I in the middle doesn't have two consonants after it. That's because I gets to break that tap 2 rule. That's the only letter that gets to break the rule when it's in the middle syllable like that. Did you see how I broke hospital up? It has 3 syllables. Hos-pi-tal. When that I is at the end of that middle syllable, it gets to say I, regardless of if there is 2 consonants after it or not. Here's some other examples. I need to think of some more in my mind. If you'll notice that I is in the middle syllable and there's not 2 consonants after it, but it still gets to say I, just because it's I. What's another example? There's so many. There's a lot. You'll be surprised when you're reading now, you'll come across words that have an I in the middle syllable, and they all say I. The only one I can think of is ventricle, for some reason, some heart-related word, but there it is again. An I in the middle says I. As long as it's in the middle syllable. So there has to be, in order to know if it's in the middle syllable, there has to be a vowel before it that doesn't touch it, it's not right next to it, and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it, it's not right next to it. That's how you can know it's in at least a 3-syllable word. It can be longer, it can be 4 or 5, but it has to have a syllable on either side of it for that rule to apply. So let's start reading. I'm going to mark my vowels first. This I is going to say I because there's a vowel 1 or 2 spots away. This I will say I because it's in the middle syllable. I can tell because there's a vowel before it and a vowel after it that don't touch it. So if I is in the middle of a 3-syllable or longer word, it will say I, regardless of if there's 2 consonants after it or not. And this I will say I because of the tap 2 rule. So the sounds are I, D, I, P, I, D. I'd, 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 I'dipid, I'dipid. Okay, I'll give you some time to do yours over here. Take your time. Okay, this I says I because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. This I says I because it's in the middle syllable. This I says I because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So the sounds are I, T, I, B, I, P, Ite, Ite, Itib, Itib, Itibip, Itibip. Okay. Now, this is, just to let you know, this lesson is not an easy lesson, and the words are not especially easy because they have to be at least 3 syllables for us to practice this rule. So all of the words that we're going to be reading today are long. They're all 3 syllables or longer, but I'm going to try to go nice and slow and set you up for success as much as I can here. The reason I say that is because if you're struggling, it's because the work is hard. It doesn't have anything to do with your ability to grasp the concept. It's because the work in itself is what's hard. All right. Number 2. This I will say I because there are 2 consonants after it. There's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. That says I. This says I because it's in the middle syllable. I can tell because there's a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. And this I says I because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So all 3 of those vowels, all 3 of those I's say I. This one and this one say I for the same reason. The reason is there is not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. And when you have a vowel that doesn't have another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots, it makes its short sound. That's why these two make their short sound and say I. This one gets to make it short sound because it's in the middle. And this rule only applies to I. No other vowel gets to break the tap 2 rule, only I. So we have S, T, I, N, D, I, T, I, P. All right, let's break this up into parts. So now we have 3 small parts. Let's do the first part. Stin, stin. Second part, di. Put these 2 together. Stind. Third part, tip. All 3 parts. Stind, tip. Stind, tip. All right. Not easy, right? Exercise in our brain today for sure. Go ahead and try yours over here. Nope, sorry. This one almost caught me. This I says I. Yeah, because there's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. It almost got me. Okay. Let me do this just so you can check your work. Now you have 3 small words, 3 small syllables. So this first I is going to say I. So this first part will say p, l, I, ply. Now we're starting with the N, and this I says I because it's in the middle. So the sounds are n, I, s, nis. Putting those 2 parts. Plyness, plyness. We're going to put plyness on the shelf. Start with the T. T, I, m, tim. Putting these 3 parts together slowly. Plyness, tim. Plyness, tim. All right, now this one, number 3, I'm glad I get to do it with you because it's actually a, let's see, 4-syllable word. Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 vowels in that word that don't touch, so it's a 4-syllable word. So let's go through it. This I will say I because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. This I will say I because it's in the middle syllable. It doesn't matter if it's the middle of a 3-syllable word, the middle of a 4 or a 5-syllable word, as long as it's somewhere in the middle with a syllable before it and a syllable after it, it follows this rule. So this I will say I because of this confident rule. Same with this I. It's still in the middle, so it still gets to say I. Okay? This I says I because of the tap 2 rule. There's not a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. So we have I, s, I, t, I, n. This is a doozy. This is hard for me, and I love words. Let me go nice and slow. Ice, Ice, ISIS, ISISI, ISISIT, ISISITI, ISISITIN, ISISITIN. Hoo-wee! Now yours over here is just 3 syllables. No, I shouldn't say just because that's still difficult, but you won't have 4 at least. Go ahead and try it. And I'm going to break it up for you in case you want to read it in smaller parts. This is where you would break it up. Make sure an R doesn't sneak in after the T, which might happen because of the shape of your mouth when it makes that transition. So this I says I because of the tap 2 rule. So our first part is I. If you got that, ooh, cake for you. If you got the first part of that word, brilliant. Now we're going to put I on the shelf and we're going to start with the L. Lis. Putting these 2 parts together. Eyeless. Eyeless. Starting with the T now. Putting eyeless on the shelf. Starting with the T, we have Tim. Both of these I's say I. This one because it's in the middle. This one because there's not a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. Putting these 3 parts together. I list him. I list him. Before I go to number 4, I need to know how you're doing. Please put a word to describe how you're feeling, how you're doing about 1 through 3 so far, so I know how to gauge my teaching for the rest. Are you doing okay? Are you doing nice? Okay. Now, if you are in the, did somebody want to say something? No? If you are in the spelling class also, isn't this so much easier than spelling? Reading is so much easier than spelling. Spelling is hard. It's just, especially in our language, there are so many more. You thought there were a lot of reading rules. There are a lot more spelling patterns than reading, because they have to figure out how, there's so many different choices to spell each vowel sound. Spelling is difficult. Reading is not easy. Here's why I say this, because if you can spell a word, you can read it. So if you are in the spelling class, that will just make the reading class so much easier. All right, so I'm getting some feel goods. Okay. All right, let's do number 4 then. Okay, so together on this first one, this first I is going to say, why can't I pull up my pen? There we go. This I will say I because there's a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. This I will say I because it's in the middle syllable. This I will say I because there's not a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. The sounds are f, I, n, I, d, I, m. I want to go one sound at a time, but I can't reach my paper the way there we go. Okay. All right, let me try blending these. So we have fur, fry, frine, frine, frinid, frinid, frinidim, frinidim. Try yours. If you'd like, you can break it up right here and right here. So this first I says I because of the tap 2 rule. This I says I because it's in the middle. This I says I because of the tap 2 rule. So the first syllable is p, l, I, ply. Then we have m, I, mi. Then we have d, I, n, din. Plymidon. Plymidon. How you doing? Okay, you hanging with me? Do you feel like you understand now that that I in the middle syllable gets to say I? That was probably a new concept for you today versus any other day the rest in your life previous. But now you're going to see so many words with that I in the middle, and you're going to say, she was right. Those I's all say I in the middle. It's going to be your, this is what I mean when I say the world of words just becomes unlocked when you understand what's happening inside of there. Suddenly all of the words just begin to make sense and there's logic to them. It's not just this random sequence of letters that you're not even hearing in the first place. So I'm happy that you seem to be doing okay in the chat anyway. If you need any extra help, let me know. So there is a comment here. Why is reading coming to me more easily than spelling? That is just the nature of reading. It's a lot easier than spelling. Just the brain exercises that you have to do. One is slightly more passive. One is slightly more intentional with having to apply your knowledge. You have to apply your knowledge in both, but it's easier to recognize an answer versus generating an answer. So it's easier to recognize that that I in the middle says I than generating what that rule was in the first place to spell it correctly. So reading is a little bit easier than spelling because it's not just recognizing, it's generating those reading patterns and spelling patterns. Does that make sense? Well, hopefully you feel a little smarter than you did 30 minutes ago. You definitely know more. I'm proud of you. I hope you have a wonderful evening and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.